a money get you bread better. Peace and yes, dance, I keep on no argument. We don't want no peace, want no strength.
My fellow citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, and all well-wishers of our beautiful country who are listening in to this important event put on by the ruling team Unity Government. I say thank you to every Kittitian and Nevisian and well-wishers who have partnered with us as a government over the last 5 years. To your contributions and your effort, St. Kitts and Nevis as a federation stands proudly among all nations of the world as the best example of a well-managed small island states. And we could not have done that without you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. So at this moment, when we come again, seeking to renew our mandate and to put our beautiful federation on the next level of engagement and performance, I say on the 5th of June, I encourage everyone to go out and vote, because you have a clear choice, one choice. The choice is Team Unity candidate. I feel honored and privileged. A poor young chap, 10 miles east of Bastia in Tabernacle, the son of a poor Kittitian woman and a prolific man from Nevis who saw 33 children and gave me many siblings and taught me many of life lessons. I thank God for the opportunity for such a time like this, that I can lead my country to a better, safer, and stronger place with the support of you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And I say a special thank you to the people from St. Christopher number 7, who have always treated me so well. And time after time, when I come seeking your support, you give me a strong message. It will be Harris again, Harris again, Harris again. So I say thank you. I want to say thank you to my cabinet colleague, because all that we have accomplished in the short of 5 years, we have accomplished as a team. There is no I in team. All of us have worked together, contributed to the success of a country that we love. So help me say thank you to the Honorable Ian Patches Liebert in St. Christopher 1 by giving again your vote and your support on the 5th of June to preside again over the most significant fiscal transformation of our country. And I look back and I think then, when Marcus Garvey came to visit our beautiful country, how he marveled at the physicality of our country, beautiful as it looked then. Visitors who come to St. Kitts and Nevis marvel again at our beauty, at our advancement, thanks to the work of the Honorable Ian Patches Liebert as Minister of Public Infrastructure. Thanks for the work of the Nevis Island Administration. Thanks for the work of every Kittitian and Nevisian and every investor in this our beautiful country. I want, of course, to say thank you to the Honorable Lindsay Grant, our member for number 4. Give him too a special round of applause. For he has delivered a growth in our tourism, stay over and cruise ship, never before witnessed in St. Kitts and Nevis. And I am sure when faced with the choice in St. Christopher 4, the choice is clear to the people. The Honorable Lindsay Grant must be returned as a member for St. Christopher 4. I want to say a special thank you to the people of St. Christopher 5. No gimmicks, no tricks. The Honorable Sean Richards will return to continue the excellent service in the Team Unity administration. I must thank him profusely, though, for the tremendous support that he has given to me, for the space that he has given to me as leader of the government to do those things that the leader should be empowered to do. I want to thank him for the vision and commitment to the Team Unity movement. Let's give the Honorable Sean Richards another round of applause. Thank you, sir. I want to thank, of course, the member for number 8. The member for number 8 is the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. Let's give him a special round of applause. We need him to continue in government to ensure the continuing successful build-out of our plans for agriculture, for fisheries, for human settlement, for environment. We need the steady, experienced hand of Eugene Hamilton to take us to that stronger and safer future. And as part of that stronger and safer future, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton will fast-track the implementation of our national insurance program, which will ensure that every person who is ill will be able to get treatment without worrying about the cost of the treatment. You will not have to worry, like some, about how you will go abroad for cancer treatment or any other ailment, because our comprehensive insurance program will be there to support you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We need to ensure that a man with a conscience, and a man with a vision, and a man with a heart for the poor, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, is returned with stronger and better numbers than he did before. And I am confident that with your support and with your work on the ground, Eugene Hamilton will return as the next candidate for number 8. So thank you, the Honorable Hamilton, for your work. I want, of course, to say a great thank you to the Honorable Mark Brantley, the Premier and Foreign Minister and member for Nevis 9, for his support in the work of the government at the federal level, for taking the long journeys to restore the good name of St. Kitts and Nevis. Whereas once before we were looked on as a pariah, on the Team Unity government, we are welcome and sought after by the region, by the international community, because the Honorable Mark Brantley has done an excellent job in refurbishing the good name of St. Kitts and Nevis, left scarred by the former administration. Let's give the Honorable Mark Brantley a resounding round of applause. We say thank you. I recall in 2013 when we launched Team Unity, and there were many doubting Thomases. Well, in fact, some doubted whether anybody from Nevis would come to the proposed launch at Greenlands. But I remember now the confidence with which the Honorable Mark Brantley says, Timothy, we will be coming down. We will need a boat. We will have our people there in numbers. Could you all organize transport from the terminal to bring the warriors of CCM to Greenlands? We said yes. And the rest is history. The largest political crowd in living memory came to Greenlands to witness history in the making. A history which we, the proud people of St. Kitts and Nevis, created for ourselves. A history that has set the platform on which we will build our stronger and safer future. And we will not go back. So thank you, Honorable Mark Brantley, for courageous leadership, for your commitment to the team. Since that day when we launched, there have been ups and downs, but we have never looked back. Never looked back. I want, of course, to thank the member for Nevis 10 incoming, who will join us. My good friend, the Honorable Eric Evelyn. We welcome you to this platform. And for all that I know about you, going back many years when we attended the St. Augustine campus of UWI, I know that you are a man of your word. You are committed to service. And the people of Nevis 10 will be proud to have chosen you come 5th June as your next parliamentary representative. And we are looking forward to you coming to Bastia in service to the wider federation. Of course, you will be filling the big shoe steps, the big shoes of the Honorable Vance Amory, who came as the member for Nevis 10. And as we look to the future, I want to do what I have always done. Say how very special it was to have benefited from the experience, the wisdom, the calm, and the caring of the Honorable Vance Amory. Let's give him a special round of applause. He has created his own history, created his party, seen it through the highs and through the lows. And when it was time, he said, this is the time. I shall pass the mantle to someone who will take the party forward and upward. That one to whom he passed the mantle is the Honorable Mark Brantley. I recall too, that when we were going through the battles, there was a special man, a short man with special characteristics, a unique style of engaging the body politic. That man is the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, who will be the incoming member for Nevis 11. And I want to thank him too, because in the battle leading up to the 2015 general elections, Alex Jeffers was a strong, courageous soldier, a dynamic motivator of people. So, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, I look forward to welcoming you when we start our new term, and the new term of the next Team Unity government, to build this stronger and safer future for the island of Nevis and the island of St. Kitts and for our federation as a whole. Yes, we are blessed to be still gelling as a team. Some say it couldn't happen. And when it happened, they say it will only last for 6 weeks. And when we pass that, they say for 6 months. And when we pass that, they keep adding and adding. And now they're begging us. They're begging us to come out. And the answer to them, we not come out now. We not come out now. They didn't know us how you were going to be. But this is how it is. And they, we are sure, will get what they deserve on the 5th of June. They too like go backwards with their foolishness. And our country must go forward. Only one direction we are going, forward. Forward. So they are hallucinating and hungering about a past that kept us down, a past that stifled the imagination and the progress of young men and women, a past that locked our young people unwillingly into a life of crime, a past where it was that day after day too many mothers were crying for their sons. Too many children were left fatherless. Too many. And when we came, I said that nonsense has to stop. I said that my government will never put a price on the life of anyone. God never made any junk. And I determined that every man and every woman must live in a society that acknowledges a second chance. For all of us could have been on that road to Damascus until we get that shining light. And so I feel so proud of what our team, your team, has been able to accomplish over the last 5 years on behalf of all people. Freedom again. Persons are free to move from Nevis to St. Kitts, from McKnight to East Barstow, from St. Peter's to Tabernacle to St. Paul's. Freedom! Freedom! That's what we have brought back. And I could well, as I think of how we have brought freedom to young people to engage again in business, freedom again to be a responsible father to their son and daughter, freedom again to move to the streets of Barstow. I could only have one parallel, imperfect as it is. Mandela's long walk to freedom. Mandela's long walk to freedom until one day he could say, free at last, free at last. That's what we did here for all those young people who were being bogged down in crime and lawlessness. We gave them the opportunity to come back in society, not to have to look again behind their back to their sides, to live in peace. And we launched a special initiative which they demanded that peace should reign again in this, our beautiful country. Let's give the young people a special round of applause. The peace is real. The opposition want to turn back the hand of time to take us to lawlessness, but the peace is real. It's because there is peace. We can speak about a general elections on the 5th of June. For we have peace in the land, and we have peace of mind. So I thank everyone who has been part of the peace initiative, to say goodbye to the past and looking forward to a more progressive future with team unity, and we shall deliver. Those who do not love the country, they say if they get back in, they're going done with the peace initiative. A good thing they now get back in. It's a good thing they will not get back in. Because if they were to get back there, they will turn back the hand of time. And we in St. Kitts and Nevis want to move to the stronger and safer future, where every responsible person has a chance to make a useful contribution to the development of his or her family, to the development of his community, and most importantly, to our country. So let's again, those of us who love this country of St. Kitts and Nevis, put our hands together, say unity has delivered, and unity will continue to deliver. Yes, we can. I want, of course, to say thank you. The energies of our young people, they are welcome. So proud of the young people. So proud of the young people's support. So proud of the future that is ours. Thank you.
Na 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 na. Oh. I'm so proud to be a citizen of this land, my blessed nation.
Thank you. I want, Lord, we're going virtual, but we're going so good and nice. Young people make things happen. And I want every young person out there to ensure between now and the 5th June, just keep rallying with Team Unity. Let it be your redemption song. That is what it will be. So thank you all. Thank you all. I want, of course, to welcome to the Team Unity platform the Honorable John L. Powell, the incoming candidate for St. Christopher II. Let's give him another hand of welcome. He will replace the tired candidate of the bygone Labour Party, and he will bring new energy and discipline to service of the people of Central Bastia. He has a plan, and tomorrow he and others will speak to the plan for the people of Central Bastia. I want, of course, to give a special welcome to the one and only female candidate on Team Unity's platform. Make some noise for Senator Akila Byron Nesbitt. She can deliver what the people of West Bastia need. She can deliver effective present representation to the people of West Bastia. She can. And she will, with your help and with your support. So all of you in West Bastia, you have a clear choice. Do you want to go back to the option that says, my hands are tied, I can't help, I am not in government? Well, Akila is not yet the representative, but she had delivered your playfield in Boyd's. She has delivered your roads in McKinley. She has delivered roads in Garvey's estate. She has been delivering hot meals to the people at this, their time of need. She is a young woman, a family woman, a young wife with, three? 3 children. Somebody was saying 4, but they miscounted. It's 3. 3, any girls? 1 girl, 2 boys. Give her a round of applause. I want to say that I know Akila Byron Nisbet will successfully contest West Barstow. And I know that you, the people of West Barstow, want to be part of the safer, stronger future. Only Akila Byron Nisbet, as your representative, can contribute to that safer and stronger St. Kitts and Nevis. So give her your support. And I feel a sense of pride. I feel a sense of pride. Yesterday, Sean Richards, our Deputy Prime Minister and leader of the People's Action Movement, and I, was it yesterday? He said yes, he's a teacher, so he marks when you're present. And we journeyed all the way to St. Paul's in the heartland of labor to present to the people of constituency number 6, Kevin Ninky Williams as their new representative. I have every expectation, based on the energy we saw there, based on the voices of Newton Gown, based on the voices from within St. Paul's, based on the voices from Debe, based on the voices of persons like Flanders and others in Sadlers, based on my knowledge of the constituency, that you must look to number 6. Number 6 will send a strong message that they are part of the stronger and safer future. And so I want to thank you, Kevin, a young man that has come forward, an engineer by training, a soldier by vocation, to come forward at this time of crisis, when our country needs strong, able-bodied person to stand on the side of democracy and law and order, that Kevin Ninky Williams should come forward. Make a sacrifice, like all good leaders must make a sacrifice. He has come forward to make a sacrifice for the young men and women in St. Paul's, in Newton Gown, in Sadlers, everywhere, in number 6, who must be part of that safer and stronger future. So from all of us with love to Kevin Ninky Williams, you got our support, and we shall watch your back, and the people will deliver the X to Kevin Williams. That is the team that we are presenting to the people. A team well balanced, a team well suited to take our country forward at this time of challenge. We have been doing so wonderfully good. And we must begin as a people to count our blessings, count them one by one. And it will surprise you, all the wonderful things that the Team Unity government, through the grace of God, has done. And that is why at this time, when the world is being twisted upside down, the most powerful country in the world, United States of America. And you see how COVID knocking them about. Lord, I wish they had Timothy Harris up there to lead them through. They wish so. When I speak to Nurse Garnett, she tells me that. When I speak to Noel Ham, he tells me that. When I speak to Melvina in Texas, who is viewing, she tells me that. Stable, competent leadership, we as a team have been offering. Look at what is happening around the world. Mark made reference to it, and Patrice did. Around the world, 4,731,458 persons have the COVID-19. Around the world, more persons have died, many times more than the population of St. Kitts and Nevis. 316,169. Here in St. Kitts, we had 5 cases. We don't want to get any more. We have 0 deaths. We have no admissions to our hospital, and our health system is not overwhelmed. Let's give a round of applause to the frontline people in health. For their service and their contribution. But this has really been an all of society approach. I want to give strongest and highest commendation to our security forces, immigration defense force, and our border control people at customs. But I also want to raise a hand of salute for the excellent leadership by Mr. Hilroy Brandy, our Commissioner of Police. Give him a round of applause. You know, it is interesting. In times of crisis, we know who we can trust. In times of crisis, there must be a call for the country to become united. In times of crisis and uncertainty rocking the rest of the world, it is time to put party politics aside, but not them people in the Red House Brigade. They became and set themselves up as a class of permanent criticizers. Everything the CMO says, they go cut across. They brought a man who was a doctor, and now he's something else, and the man go try to cut across good advice. The proof of the advice, both given to us in St. Kitts and Nevis, is that today we are COVID-free. 15 infected persons, nicely recovered. To God we give the glory. And I say to you, don't let those jokers mess it up for us. Don't let the man who was come back in office to disrupt the peace again. Don't let the man that was come back in office to bring back COVID here, because the way they're acting, they can't get people committing homicides no more, but they want death to stalk the land. That is why you see some of the craziness they are doing. A big man who said he's a doctor, who said he wants to lead the country. He must understand that the corona pandemic is a deadly virus. And yet, he say, here go keep a dance. Follow the leader, follow the leader. What leader he be? He's a follower. If he was a leader, he would have said to the people, this is not the time. If he was a leader, he would not carry that kind of music? No, he would not. So the crisis has proven they're not ready for prime time. And if you rejected something 5 years ago, Lord, you can't go back to that. You can't go back to that. The man gonna treat you bad. You're done with the man already. Publicly done with the man, and you're gone back with the man, woman. The man gonna treat you bad. Oh, you understand. Can't go back to that. It must be forward with a new agenda and a new partnership. And that is what we are offering. So as we look to the future, we see a St. Kitts and Nevis about which we can be proud. We see a St. Kitts and Nevis that stands number one in the world. Yesterday I got a call from Ambassador O'Brien, Situation Room in the White House. Situation Room in the White House in D.C. calling to speak to the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. We may be the smallest country, but we're large. We have a good reputation. People see competent leadership. And Ambassador O'Brien called to say, the President of America asks him to convey his congratulations for the outstanding leadership I have been offering during this pandemic. And he asks how we did it. I praise you up, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, for your discipline, for heeding the advice about social distancing, for wearing your mask in public, for being active participant in the public education put on by our health people. This government is as strong as you are. That is why we must look after you. This government will be victorious because you, the people, know in your heart it has to be a team unity government back in government. So I say thank you. But it's not just President Trump and the White House who took notice. When England was going through their ups and downs, hospitals overcrowded, health systems under pressure, BBC called me. They want to do an interview. They heard that the smallest country in the world had the most successful management of a pandemic, and they call to learn what you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, could teach them. Sky News call. Me not call them for me too busy. It's them a call us. It's them want to learn from us. But thank God for you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, for your support. Give yourselves a round of applause. So we have been doing excellently as a country, and we want to continue that way. We want to continue to be the example of the best managed state. Best managers of COVID, best managers of the economy, best managers of federal relationships, best management of peace. When our peace program was launched, they called us in Barbados to a regional conference. ACP MacArthur Brown and Hilroy Brandy went there to teach them about peace initiative. That is what we have become under St. Kitts and Nevis. A country admired. Compare that to what was. When we took over the government, Everybody know that St. Kitts went through a very difficult time. And you know that the man before us, the man that was, I can't call the name, the man that was mash up the country, the man that had crime out of control and refused to bring innovative program, no Explorers Club, no Peace Initiative, no motivational development of our police capacity, no expertise brought in, no initiative. Because as long as he had his secret bank account, it was all right. So long as his children were in America, it was all right. He told us that. He said, crime, people killing themselves on the street. He called the young men and them vagabonds and hooligans. And that's what he is. A vagabond and a hooligan. Because that is how he framed those who were crying out for help. And he said he's not going to take it hard. If they want to kill themselves, let them do that. No newsman call me, for that is like water on my back, like a duck. He out there now a quack, quack, quack. And he's not getting back in the government. Quack, quack, quack. Who is that? The man that was not getting back in the government. They mash up our country, made us the laughing stock. The highest debt in the world, second highest debt. What it is now, our debt to GDP ratio is 55%. It is the best standing among member states of the currency union. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. The currency union set a target of 60% debt to GDP ratio in 12 years. We achieved that 12 years in advance of the target date of 2030 because we are competent people. We know how to manage a country. We're not like the man that was. We have been adjudged the best in the OECS by independent and prestigious authorities on various indices. Information and communication technology, we're number one in ICT development. Rule of law, year after year, we are among the top performer in the region and in the rest of the world. Our appeal as a cruise ship destination, over 1 million visitors. 20 years with the man that was. In 5 short years, Lindsey Grant did what they couldn't do. Give the Honorable Lindsey Grant a special round of applause. Mark Brantley says, you know, under the man that was, they had to recall 15,000 plus passports from around the world. An embarrassment. The international community said they will not do business with the last man that was. The same man the court put out of the parliament. And Lord, he got with me. Me not got nothing to do with it. Me no sit on no case. Is the judge them say you wrong? Is the judge say you are a vagabond? Not me. Stranger to the truth. Yes. Now today, our passport is the most attractive one. Give the Honorable Mark Brantley and our Team Unity government a round of applause. Before the coronavirus pandemic, we had the lowest central government gross public debt ratio at 39.1%, the best in the region. That deserves a applause too. We had the lowest gross external debt in the region. That meant nobody could have called the name. That meant whoever we owe, we were paying and get the debt down. Just as we got rid of the IMF debt. Up to today, a gentleman from Anguilla called me. And what he called me about, he said, Douglas, the social security in Anguilla, over $5 million, and they want the money. I tell him, Douglas, not in government, but send us the evidence. That is what they did. $131 million owed to Tom and Harry, Susan and Lee across the region by a callous, irresponsible government. They don't understand money. Edmund Lawrence used to say that those over there in the Ministry of Finance think they could spend the same money twice. You could only spend it once. The man that was never understood that. He want to spend the same money and he think he gonna spend it twice. What he did, he bankrupt the country. What he did, he went to the IMF begging for $225 million to pay civil servants, to get toilet paper in our hospital. And when we came in, we said that shame must never be with us. And we quickly paid him off $117 million. And God had been so good to us, our country is still in surplus. Give yourselves a round of applause. According to the regional reports, we have the highest fiscal balance as a percentage of GDP going into the pandemic. 9.2%. Grenada a distant second at 5.1%. And Suriname was negative. That means they're in the red. St. Kitts and Nevis, in terms of fiscal management, head of the class. You deserve a round of applause. We have one of the lowest tax to government revenue ratio in the world. That means that we are not overtaxing our people. And indeed, what have we done since we got in? We removed some of the tax from the man that was. We removed VAT from food, VAT from educational supplies, VAT from funeral expenses to give relief to the people. Based on that record, you can have confidence that your government will continue to deliver on behalf of the people. We will deliver a country that is safer and stronger in our second term. Our second term will be about rejuvenating, revitalizing our tourism product, because St. Kitts must be the place that tourists want to come to get away from the burden of COVID-19. Let us continue our plans for tourism so that our country again will be number one. Our plan is about agriculture playing a better role and a larger role in food security. That is why we have started working the plan. Minister Hamilton has been giving fencing wire to the farmers. He has been giving seeds free of cost and seedlings. We have been harrowing the land, all with a view on the future. And so, my people, you must allow us to continue this. You must allow us to build some lovely homes. Some lovely homes, especially for the young people. Our young women deserve a home that they can call their own. A home in which they can raise their children and their family. A home that brings connectedness to a place. A home that allows them to say goodbye to unreasonable landlords who want to carry up your rent and they don't want to fix the house. Bad landlords. And we want to say goodbye to bad landlords. by bringing home ownership to the young people and the not so young people. And we will have a special program for the young men. Truth be told, in St. Kitts and Nevis, we look after our women nicely. So most of the houses we gave out, women get them. And the young men ask, well, when she show me out, where do I go? So we have determined that in our next term, we will make available resources for at least 1,200 homes for our young men and 1,800 for our young women. It's better and safer with team unity. Yes, we will do that. Our future is about creating new jobs for our people. In the new type of tourism, which Lindsay would unveil during the course of the week, and Mark will unveil, we will tell you about the new jobs, new opportunities for you in St. Kitts and Nevis. The young artists who we have here tonight, and those who are out there who have shown their creativity and ingenuity, send your proposal in. We will give you all the support. I have been amazed by the wonderful talents of our people. Somebody has to back the young people in St. Kitts and Nevis. And I will, and Team Unity will give us the opportunity in the next term to do that. Yes, in closing, I say to you, the next term is about advancing our relationship with St. Kitts and Nevis, federal entity, and NIA. It is at an all-time best. There was a time, one Wednesday, when there was demand that the checks for the employees of the NIA were bounced, creating uproar in Charlestown. Lincoln Maynard, then a member and jefe of the board of National Bank, determined by and large that no support should be given to the NIA, and they would bring the Van Semi regime to its knees unless he would agree to join with the man that was. Thank God, Vance was and is a strong and courageous and principled leader. And he said to the people of Nevis, we will not bow to pressure. We will find a way. Thank God, a permanent way has now been found. And we, in our second term, within the first 90 days, will legislate for new financial arrangements between the federal entity and the Nevis Island administration, where principles of fairness and equity will run large. So I say thank you to the people of Nevis to continue to have faith. You saw the excellent difference that your vote made in education, in sports, in health, in relations with the SIDF. Your NIA administration has done you proud. In closing then, now is not the time to put what we have accomplished over the last 5 years at risk. Now is the time to push ahead to the brighter and safer future for the people of Nevis and for the people of St. Kitts. Now is the time to go forward ever and backward never to the past. Now is the time for us to stick together. We are one people, and at the end of the day, all we have is us. Let us not destroy one another. Let us work together in harmony. One goal, to make this country that I love with all my heart the best country in the world. God bless you. Thank you, St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.